What is happening?
What is that? What is happening? I don't know. Look at the sky. We have to go.
What would happen if the sky tore open right before your eyes? If the earth shook, heat scorched your skin, and the voice echoed throughout the universe. The hour of judgment has come. No more fleeing, no more hiding, no more time for regret. Every soul that has ever lived on earth, rich or poor, holy or sinful, is called by name. The gates of heaven are closing. The abyss is opening. The only question remaining: will you stand on the side of light or fall into eternal darkness? The sky suddenly darkened, as if the light of the world had been extinguished. The wind howled fiercely. The ground trembled beneath people's feet. Screams of panic rang out.
Hurry,
Run!
look out!
Get out of
Right
here!
behind us!
But there was nowhere to run. A fiery beam of light tore through the sky, as if heaven itself were cracking. That was the moment time stopped. A voice rang out, not from the earth, nor belonging to humankind. It echoed across nations, through generations, reaching every soul that had ever walked this earth. The hour of judgment has come. No one will be left behind. No one will be exempt. The heat was overwhelming. The air seemed to burn. Souls trembled and knelt, realizing that every secret they had ever hidden, every sin they had ever buried in the shadows, was now laid bare before the Creator. There was no excuse, no chance of turning back. Those souls who had once rejected grace trembled and pleaded, "Help me." But the answer rang out coldly and justly. You have chosen this path yourself. They had once scorned salvation, had drunk from the river of sin as if it were a pleasure. And now the gates of heaven closed before them, like the dawn extinguished in an instant. Only the abyss remained, where the fire of judgment never ceases and cries of anguish echo forever. Those who had followed the darkness, sowing evil without remorse, were dragged down to a place where hope had long since died. In the blazing fire, their very deeds, which they had concealed, were revealed more clearly than ever. There was no more darkness to escape. But amidst this terrifying scene, light still appeared. Those souls who had held firm in their faith, despite trials, despite walking in suffering and loneliness, were now called by name with a voice full of love. O faithful and wise servant, heaven opens like a radiant golden gate, welcoming them into eternal embrace. Every tear is wiped away, every wound is healed. Only peace, glory, and never-ending joy remain. They enter eternal life, where the light never goes out and love never fades. Judgment Day is not merely the end of time, but the culmination of every choice made in life. Light or darkness, heaven or hell, all are determined by how people live, believe, and walk. And when that moment arrives, only one question remains. Which path have you chosen? Darkness doesn't come in an instant. It creeps in, slowly, like a fog, enveloping the human soul unnoticed. At first, it's just a small choice, a turning away from conscience, a seemingly harmless lie. But step by step, people learn to accept the darkness, treating it as a companion, as a safe haven for their own desires and selfishness. They had heard of the light, they had been knocked on by grace, but they scoffed, believing they still had time, still had a chance. They drank the river of sin as if it were joy, as freedom, and with each passing day, their hearts hardened, their conscience faded until darkness became their very nature. Then that day came. The sky turned gloomy, the air heavy and suffocating. A strange heat permeated the space, as if the earth itself were trembling. A voice rang out, not with gentleness, but with absolute authority. The hour of judgment has come. Every soul was dragged out of its hiding place. There was no more darkness to conceal, no more excuses. The fallen souls trembled and knelt, their eyes filled with terror. They saw themselves more clearly than ever before, not the image they had built before the world, but the naked truth of their past actions. Harsh words, cruel deeds, turning away from the truth, all appeared like a merciless, illuminating flame. They cried out in despair, "Please help me," but the answer echoed, cold and righteous. You have chosen this path yourself. Not because there was no chance, but because they had repeatedly refused. Grace had waited at the door of their hearts, patiently, silently. But they had turned their backs, slamming that door shut with pride and indifference. The gates of heaven closed, not with thunder, but with a terrifying silence. Like the sun extinguished at midday, before them lay only an abyss, bottomless. The fire blazed not merely to consume bodies, but to expose the truth. In its light, they saw their own choices. Each time they swayed evil, each time they rejected good. They were dragged down. Cries of anguish echoed, but no one answered. In that place, light did not exist. Hope had no meaning. Only thick darkness and a numb emptiness remained. Time was no longer day or night, but an endless stretch of regret and belated realization. The most painful thing was not the fire, but the memory. The memory of times they could have chosen differently. Moments of grace that had touched them, but were rejected. Now all excuses vanished. The truth stood naked, undeniable. Judgment Day did not create this fate. It only revealed the path each soul had walked. Darkness doesn't force anyone to stay. It is humanity that chooses it, day by day, decision by decision. And when the last light fades, only a painful truth resonates through eternity. The door that was once open has been closed by them. Human beings are not destined by a vague fate or the randomness of life. Each soul is writing its own ending day by day through fate, choices, and seemingly small actions. No one is forced into the light or darkness. It is how we live, love, forgive, or turn away from what is right that silently guides our path forward. The Bible reminds us to walk by faith, not by what we see. For human eyes are easily deceived by appearances, power, desires, and fleeting gains. But faith illuminates the soul, helping us see beyond the present moment towards eternal values that no earthly power can take away. Light or darkness, heaven or hell, are not random rewards or punishments after life ends. It is a direct result of the choices we make today. The choice to love or hate, humility or pride, truth or lies. Every step we take leaves a mark, and in the end, that very path will lead us to where we belong. If you are listening to these words, it is not a coincidence. Perhaps this is a reminder for you to pause, reflect, and choose a different path for your life while the door of grace is still open. Stay with the channel, because each video is not just a story, but an awakening, a small light shining in the darkness. Subscribe and come back to walk together on the journey of seeking light, faith, and truth before it's too late. The light is still waiting. The only question remaining is, are you ready to step towards it?